Good evening to all. Highly appreciate your attendance. My name is Stanley Chang, mind and body wellness coach. Metadichol, one food does it all. One pointer to all, should we want to stay healthy, beauty, longevity, and healthy aging, then it is a daily care thing. So it is not waiting until our health fails us, only we start to realize that that is no more health care. That is more like health treatment, where we need much longer time. So Metadichol, one food does it all. What is the meaning? Do stay back so that you can eventually understand the beauty of this phrase, one food does it all, where the science and nature meet. May sound unbelievable to many. With an in-depth understanding, it definitely becomes believable. Do be assured that Metadichol is a remarkable food solution that has the potential to transform healthcare worldwide. That is the introduction. So before that, let us move on to a disclaimer. The information shared is for educational purposes only. The views expressed are those of the presenter. The results and experiences shared during this presentation may vary from person to person. Individual results may depend on various factors, including but not limited to age, genetics, lifestyle, and overall health. We encourage you to conduct your own due diligence regarding Metadichol. By participating in this presentation, you agree to the above disclaimer. Next, what is Metadichol to me? To me, Metadichol is a nanotech food solution that activates our body to work genetically from within our body to heal the healable, to prevent the preventable diseases. Diseases, take note on that, is disease of our body, and more importantly, to reset our health foundation. From this short definition, we can observe that Metadichol does not heal or treat illnesses. Basically, Metadichol activates our body to do the needed jobs. So next, let us look into a bit about the history of how the idea of going into food research came about. In 1996, Dr. Stephen and Chairman Foundation for Innovation in Medicine addressed a group of wellness professionals, including doctors and drug professionals. And in his concluding the speech, he made a very surprising remark. Dr. Stephen, by now, is about 87 years old, and he said, "Before my life is up, I hope there is one good nutraceutical can wipe out all the drugs." So he, Dr. Stephen, coined out this word called nutraceutical, which means that trying to see how food can have the value of medicines and yet without any side effect. That in the audience, there was this gentleman by the name of Dr. Raghu. That statement of Dr. Stephen has impressed Dr. Raghu significantly, and he believed that what Dr. Stephen said could be right. Then who will be the person that eventually went on to come out with a food that can wipe off all the drugs? That is how these thoughts of coming out with a food that can take care of a lot of health issues. So in 2008, it became a reality. Dr. Raghu or Dr. Raghuvan developed a product named Metadichol, where one food does it all. The word all here, I will explain to you the actual implication. All here, it does not imply everything. All here, it has its meaning. I will move on with that, then I will explain to you further. The contents of this Metadichol is a very straightforward contents that can be easily understood. It is in the form of nano-emulsion active polycosano particles. Take note on that, it is not just a polycosano, it is in nano form, and it is in active form, and it is in the particles form. And this polycosano is extracted from sugarcane wax. There are many other food that too have polycosano, but Dr. Raghu decided the best of which is still from sugarcane. Then this sugarcane wax processed by the patented nanotechnology in Switzerland, and plus using Swiss snow mountain prestige water and other excipients to formulate what we today known as Metadichol. What is so special about Metadichol? When we want to learn something, if we cannot see the specialty, it is just another so-called product that may not interest us. So why this Metadichol has interested so many people? Because it is special. So what's so special about Metadichol? First, let us understand the concept of nano-active particles. Have a look. A hair. And a hair, the diameter of it is about 100,000 nanometer. Now, in contrast, our red blood cells are about 10,000 nanometer across, which means that it is 1/10 of the diameter of a hair. Now, you compare now red blood cell to a virus. A virus is only about 100 nanometer, where a red blood cell diameter is 10,000 nanometer. Now, with that understanding, now we move on to Metadichol. Metadichol is only about 50 nanometer. That's small. So it is in the form of bioactive. What we want is it must be in the form of bioactive. When it goes into our body, it can straight away work inside our body. If it is not bioactive, then you may have to re-digest it or whatsoever in order for it to be functionable. So it is in the nano size, already mentioned, 50 nanometer. That makes this product special. That is the first specialty about this product. The second one is that if the product is of no future value, then the founder will not take the trouble to patent it globally. Patent it globally from various countries like Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Denmark, Egypt, European Union, France, Germany, Hong Kong, Italy, India, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Netherlands, Russia, Singapore, South Africa, Spain, Switzerland, and Sweden, and others. Because you see the point? If the product to him, it is of no future value, he will not take the trouble when he came out with this product in 2008 to go around the globe to get it patented. So far, I have not came across a product that I'm using has let me inform that they have registered in so many countries. That because currently we are in Malaysia, and this product also submitted on 11th of March 2014 to our Malaysian government, and subsequently it is only not until 22nd of December 2020 the patent has been accepted. Now we are in 2023 now. The timing is just right. Not many product that is now in the marketed in Malaysia has its patent in Malaysia. So we are very proud that this Metadichol has done its part to make us proud of this product. The third specialty about this product, which I also don't find it in most of the product that I came across, This product, despite it's a food product under FDA category, and the founder declared 40 functional benefits to mankind of this product. So in the patent document 1, it is stated 14 benefits, where patent document 2, another 12, and patent document 3 is yet another 14. Isn't it fantastic that the benefit that it claimed to have it is being stated in the patent paper, so that we know for sure this product works in our body for various issues. And this product is one of the products that I'm amazed that the founder published so many articles, so many papers, that those papers can be accessed at this www.researchgate.net. So because sometimes when we say the product is so good, so many testimonies, for us as an intellectual guy, we want to see, do you have any supporting paper to make your claim or not? If it is, even you don't have testimony to me, I will go for it, because we are going for the science of it. So this product certainly has that upper hand over other products that we are talking about. So here, one of the very recent paper that I published is so fantastic. If not because of this product, we also do not know a lot of so-called good things in our body. So here today, we are going to share with you, there is one gene called sirtuin gene. And in our body, there are altogether 7. Sirtuins 1 to 7. And these genes are great for anti-aging. And most of the known even drug or supplement in the market, they can only activate, they are the activator for one of the gene out of 7. Where Metadichol induces 3 to 15-fold expressions of all the 7 genes. Isn't it fantastic? All these 1 to 7 genes play essential role in improving the quality of life as we age. So obviously, for those people who take this Metadichol over the time, and we were quite certain that we age very gracefully. Some of us could have aged very much by now. However, by taking Metadichol, it will able to help us to age gracefully until the day we die. Isn't it fantastic? So for those people who are keen about this article, go and download this article and you read it for yourself. So that is another article that been published quite recently, and that is talking about September 13, 2023, and I have high regards for this founder, for not that he came up with a product and not just market the product. His whole focus is doing the research work and never on the marketing of the product. That's why, despite this product has been 15 years in the marketplace, a lot of us still don't know about this product, this fantastic product, because the founder is not a marketer. He needs people like us to market the product aggressively. This study investigated into multifold increase in gene expression of so many genes inside our body. These genes regulate endocrine cell development in the pancreas and are involved in insulin and glycogen secretion. Gene network analysis is presented to show that how Metadichol-induced expression leads to a closed-loop feedback network and biological process that would help in mitigating diabetics, one of the very common so-called disease in the country, and other related disorder. Just take note, this is just being published quite recently. Yeah. So take note that this founder is not a person who came up with a food and tried to claim that, and then subsequently we cannot even see his face. No. Every time, even continuously, he will come up a lot of so-called laboratory tests to see how this product can help us in various other areas of health. And another very uniqueness about this product is, this product is not done by the founder in terms of research and laboratory tests. All the tests, all the research work, all the needed information, he outsources it to relevant authority, hospital, and laboratory. And for them to come out with the result, and then he paid them handsomely for that, and he came up with the publication. That is how this product is being done independently and unbiased. Dr. Raghu do not have all this laboratory of himself. What he needs is, he has been in the drug industry for the past 25 years. He knows exactly where and which are the organizations and can perform what sort of work. And he just need to look for them and outsource the work to them so that everything can become independent. That is another uniqueness so great about this product. So with all what having said earlier, this product also conducted one of the earliest case study was done in 2009. This product came out in 2008 and 2009. The case study was done in India in one of the very well-known hospital in India, where most of the giant pharmaceuticals are using them for these studies. So the key focus of this case study is to control blood pressure in metabolic syndrome patient, and 7 male, 7 female was called for this case study. Average age about 44.5, and number of years having suffering from diabetes is 8.5, and no diet control. Take note, no diet control. You just keep on eating what you are normally eating. None of the patients were on hypertensive or statin medication, only metformin for diabetes. So after a 12-week period, it has found that all their blood pressure normalized 130 or 90. That is the first finding. The second finding is that, wow, HDL go up and cholesterol normalized. Fantastic. Even for those people who have taken medication, you were not able to experience it within a 12-week solution. Sometimes even years, you cannot normalize your blood pressure without medication. And also your cholesterol. So here you can see within 12 weeks, all this has been normalized. So another important thing to look at is the inflammation factors. Inflammation decreased after the 12-week period, and the antioxidant activity increased. So isn't it that's fantastic? And take note on that, yeah. So when the HDL go up, cholesterol normal, triglyceride go down. When our triglyceride go down, then the LDL particle size become bigger. And when LDL size, so-called bad cholesterol size, become bigger, it is very important for antioxidants and anti-inflammation. So go and download this case study and see for yourself the benefit of having Metadichol in terms of this blood pressure, normalize our blood pressure using averagely about 12 weeks duration. Metadichol next is a very unbelievable thing that has happened and has been published. Health fact is that humans cannot produce vitamin C on their own. The real logic behind is due to genetic mutations of GOLO gene. So one of the gene is talk about GOLO gene. Just now we have talked about so many other genes, correct or not? So today the focus is not on cells but on genes, genetic area. While most animals can synthesize their own vitamin C, not humans. Well, knowing that, then we have to get our vitamin C from the veggie and the fruit that we consume every day. Unfortunately, our body cannot retain vitamin C. Excess will be excreted. Yeah. So because of that, a lot of us start to take supplements. But when we take supplement, you are going to face other issue again, whether you are able to absorb or not, and what's the quality of the supplements. So here, look at this article published by Vitamins and this Mineral magazine. Yeah, and it is stated that Metadichol induced high levels of vitamin C case study, bring about 3 to 4-fold increase of vitamin C levels without the using of vitamin C supplementation. That is something mind-boggling, which means that without taking any supplementation, we just live as our normal life, and by taking Metadichol, our vitamin C level increased. So when you look at this case study, it has been published saying that, you see, practically every one of them, the case study was done on 30 patients. Without fail, all the 30 of them, there is an increase in vitamin C level, minimum 3 to 4 times. It could be much more than that. Yeah, that is the minimum. So this product actually help us in terms of increasing our vitamin C, because vitamin C is very important. For those people may want to know, it is very important for antioxidation, and MEDI is a so-called super antioxidant, yeah, vitamin. So now, after a brief introductions of the greatness of this Metadichol, let us see how actually Metadichol work in our body. I think that's interesting knowledge to know. The first thing that we need to understand, which a lot of people may not have been exposed to it anyway, called ligand. Learn a word called ligand. If you ask any pharmacist, they will know. But whenever they give you a drug, that drug need to process in your body and convert into active ingredient. That active ingredient is called a ligand. So here, Metadichol is talking about protein agonist ligand, which means that normally one ligand will act on one issue, where this protein agonist ligand is a multifunctional, multi-directional. If we were to use another simpler term for us to relate, a plug, a multifunctional, multi-directional plug, or even better, a master key, where our big mention that thousands of rooms, we have a master key that can open all the rooms. That is what the ligand is, protein agonist ligand. And because in our house we have different room and different lock, and that lock in the biological term is called receptor. And in the energy wise, it can be like a socket. So you have a ligand bind with the receptor, and you have the plug bind with a socket. And in our body, there are so many so-called receptors. Therefore, if this protein agonist ligand is the master key, it will do wonders in our life. That makes this product, one food can give us thousands of benefit. Yep, in terms of health benefit. So that makes it so different from any other product that we know of. And this is not a supplement. When you talk about supplement, you are talking about supplementing the lacking of the nutrients of your cells. Where this one is talking about activating, binding with your receptor. Why do we need to bind with the receptor? That is the second mechanism. When we bind with the receptor, it will able to express the genes. Now, the question now we would like to learn is, in a human being, how many genes are there? Do you know that? Have we been informed? So in a human body, fundamentally, we have about 20 to 23,000 genes. Some of them are functioning well, some are half asleep, some are dormant, some are non-functioning, some are overly active. Then that's why we cannot be as healthy as we want. Gene expression here could be up-regulating or activating those dormant genes, or semi-active gene, modulating if the gene is functioning reasonably well, and maintaining or even down-regulate for those genes that is hyperactive. We don't want them, because certain genes, when they are hyperactive, we will age very fast. We have these degenerative diseases quite early of our life. So if we understand that we have about 20 to 23,000 genes, if we can express all these genes accordingly, then I would like to make a very bold remark, as our genes are our greatest doctor. So often we heard that trust your body, because our body is our greatest doctor. Now I understand. When you say trust our body, mean trust what? Trust our genes. Or our genes were able to do all the needed function for us to stay healthily. So that is the second mechanism. Because of the gene expression came the third one, which is so fantastic, called reprogrammed stem cell. We know as we age, the number of stem cells become lesser and lesser, and because we have insufficiency of stem cell to do the needed repair, and as such we age very fast. So because of that, many people, especially those rich people, they want to age slower. What do? they went for stem cell infusion. When they have infused the stem cell in the body, then the number of stem cells increases and hopefully they are able to stay healthy. That is the mechanism. But here with Metadichol, it works on the different pathway. You can turn your body cell into stem cell with Metadichol. We will talk more about it later on, but just have an understanding. This product is much preferred than the stem cell treats that is available in the market, which is also very, very, very costly. And the fourth mechanism is regulate endocrine system. Endocrine system is an important regulatory system in our body, responsible for producing and secreting hormones. The proper regulations of the endocrine system is crucial for maintaining homeostasis, which is called the balance, which is the body's ability to maintain a stable internal environment despite external forces and external changes. So you can see a lot of us, especially ladies, when you come to about 50, we have a lot of health issues. Why? Because this endocrine system go haywire. So this product able to have mentioned to you, give you 4 major mechanisms to take care of our health. And one more bonus for everyone here. This product also can inhibit viruses and inflammatory factors. And if those people who look at the Time magazine long ago, they have already said the secret killer. What is the secret killer? Inflammation. And this one is linked to heart attack, cancer, and all the degenerative illnesses. So once our body frequently exposed to inflammation, obviously we cannot be healthy. Yeah, it causes a lot of health issues. At the same time, it also inhibits viruses. Nowadays, with the new viruses that are coming out into the marketplace, and medical world is looking for much better solution other than the vaccine, which could not do the job. And Metadichol is definitely one of the proven solution that can handle viruses. So here, one of the inflammation factor cause what? Rheumatoid arthritis, which is so common, and osteoporosis. This tend to affect a lot of ladies. So Metadichol acts on vitamin D receptor that are present in cells throughout the body to stimulate the immune system and inhibit a variety of disease processes resulting from inflammation to infection. Isn't this fantastic? Go to the Journal of Arthritis to look for this article. And rheumatoid arthritis is a chronic inflammatory diseases. There are many more inflammatory diseases that human beings are suffering. So this product can help you to overcome that. Fantastic. So next we move on. Okay, talk about virus. This coronavirus 2 is caused so much of a problem to mankind, and this Metadichol proven can inhibit the proliferations of this virus, reduce its infectivity, and modify its lipids, and take care and will not cause us the harm that this virus is supposed to. So this article is also quite recently published. It's so fantastic. It has been clearly stated that this product can manage this issue of viruses. Not only COVID, it could be any other kind of viruses. This product is of great help. So now understand the mechanism. Let us study into the biology of human being. Human being, in terms of the smaller functional unit, will be a cell. In our body, we may have 50 to 70 trillion cells. That's what we are being told very often by a lot of wellness company. But today, we are not going to focus on just the cell. As the external protective layer of a cell, you have a cell membrane, or called a lipid. And on the cell membrane, you have something that is important. It's called the receptors. Receptors are certain form of specialized protein where it interacts with an ion, it starts to have a biochemistry reaction inside the cell. That is the objective of having receptor and ion. You see the point? Whatever food that we take, whatever drug that we take, have to go inside into our body, process into a bioactive ion or bioactive molecule. So when it is of bioactive nature, then bind with the receptor and then go into the cell to have bodily function. Today, we are going to go even deeper into it to understand the nucleus of the cell. Nucleus of the cell is the heart of the cell. In the nucleus contain just nothing but chromosomes. In the chromosomes, the egg-shaped figure down there, where you have the DNA and where you have the genes. So today, we're going to learn about chromosome, 46 of them as a human being. And because we have two strands, and inside there is our DNA and these genes, where we talk about 23,000 genes, right? 46 chromosome. The tips of the chromosome is what we call telomere. Telomere is important because telomere, the length of the telomere determines the life of the cells. Over averagely about 40 to 60 dy, a cell will die. Why a cell die? Because the telomere has been exhausted. Why a cancer cell don't die? Because a cancer cell can produce its own telomere. You see the point? So if we want to live long, we must have a way to maintain our telomere. So we have about 20 to 23,000 genes, and if we pull the chromosome into a straight line, you have the DNA, and a segment of the DNA will contain various kinds of genes, and 20 to 23,000 of them in the chromosome. So I hope that with this picture, at least we can understand the basic biological functions of the body. So here, another important thing that I want to introduce to everyone here is that in the chromosome, or in the cells, in the nucleus of the cell and inside the cells, there are only, very important to know, 48 nuclear receptors. So this 48 nuclear receptor is much more potent than the cell receptor that we talk about at the membrane of the cells. So this 48 nuclear receptor is inside the cells, and what is this going to do? Metadichol bind with all the 48 nuclear receptor. So if human being has 48 nuclear receptor and metadichol bind with all the 48 receptors, it bind with all the receptor. That's why one food does it all. The implications of all is 48 nuclear receptor. Why we are emphasizing nuclear receptor so much, and then we will highlight to you later on. And once it can bind with the nuclear receptor, then it can express thousands of genes and pathways. When the genes and pathways inside the body are being expressed, they were able to take care and heal all the healable diseases of our body. So trust your body to heal itself rather than talking about other things. Yeah? For me, I always believe that my body should be able to heal myself over given sufficient time. Okay? So the 48 nuclear receptor, why we emphasize so much, is because this 48 nuclear receptor is basically the operating system of our body. We know if I have a computer, for my computer to function at its peak, I must have a good operating system. For my handphone, be it iPhone or this Nokia or this Samsung or Huawei, they have their own operating system, correct? So operating system determine the functionality of gadgets. Likewise, for a body, in order for a body to function, we need to have an operating system. What is the operating system of the body? It is called the 48 nuclear receptor. Correct? So I went into this ChatGPT. I managed to get all the 48 nuclear receptor: androgen, estrogen alpha, estrogen beta, and so on and so forth. Yeah, a lot of them has to do with our eyesight. So then the next nuclear receptor I found, one of the very important one is called vitamin D receptor, because if the vitamin D receptor can be bind, easily 60% of our diseases of the body can be managed. So vitamin D receptor is so-called important receptor here. So other than this, then you have total of 48 of them. So if you got the time, go and understand each of the receptor and what are the functionality. But today we're going to go into detail except one, which is vitamin D receptor. So we know during the COVID time, doctors have already informed us we must have sufficient vitamin D, because easily 90% of us has insufficiency of vitamin D. doctor advised that if you want to have vitamin D, what do? You go and expose yourself to sunlight. But why do you need to expose yourself to sunlight? Do you know that? Most of us are unaware anyway. So because our body can produce vitamin D3 on our skin area. So when we expose to sunlight, the UVB of the sunlight were able to convert vitamin D3 to, if you look at the biological, it's called 7-dehydroxycholesterol, and which is in a simpler form called vitamin D3. So a lot of us may want to go to pharmacies there to buy vitamin D3, but vitamin D3 or provitamin D3, they are not in an active form. So therefore, they have to be processed through our liver to convert into the higher level of vitamin D3 called 25-hydroxy vitamin D3. And 25 is still not in a bioactive manner. So therefore, you need to process it via our kidneys to get it into 1,25-dihydroxy V3. And it is 1,25 that is bioactive. Because it is bioactive, what does it do? It will bind with vitamin D receptor. The ultimate objective is that we want to bind with vitamin D receptor, which is a socket. Alright, we want to have a plug that can match into a socket. That is the objective. Now you look into Metadichol. Metadichol, once you spray into your mouth, it is able to bind directly with vitamin D receptor, expresses more than 2,900 genes and pathway. Now you can see why vitamin D is so important. Because it is able to bind with 2,900 genes and pathway so that it can take care of our health from the various angles. It triggers a series of cellular processes related to calcium metabolism, immune system regulation, and many other important functions. Take note, our body don't operate independently. Our body operates holistically as a whole from within. So a drug will never able to do that. Just take note there. Yeah? So every biological problem in the body is in the 48 nuclear receptors. That's why we call it the operating system, which lead to the expressions of thousands of genes and pathways. That is a general statement make. Very important. Every biological problem, whatever so-called diseases we have, is in the 48 nuclear receptor, which lead to the expression of thousands of genes. And because we have only 23,000 genes, if all the genes are actively working for us, can we be not healthy? Obviously, we will be healthy. We can easily live till 100 years old. Diseases are not the result of a single malfunctioning gene. So therefore, if I take one drug only manage one gene. One drug only manage one receptor. So many genes and pathways affect the same disease. If I say my eye is not functioning well, it is not just the eye's issue. The whole body are already being affected. So here I would like to say the 4 root causes, not 3, it's 4 root causes of our health, aging, beauty, and longevity. First one is DNA, but there is nothing much we can do because it is inherent, and also the genes. Okay, then the second one is the food that we take every day. The third one, we are talking about environmental factors. Sometimes also is beyond our control. But the one can be controlled is our lifestyle. So we have to be active body, sound mind, good rest, and well-managed stress. But today I'm going to focus on more on 1 and 2. Yeah? DNA and genes influence our physical, color, aging, disease, lifespan, and other life phenomena. Many of the time we say that it is beyond my control because I cannot manage DNA, I cannot manage gene, but not true. Now with the advancements of genetic science, with the nanotechnology for the past decade, Metadichol, just one food, work on the binding of receptor, expressing genes and pathway to heal the healable, and do all the doable DNA repair from within. So don't ever give up, and don't ever just say that no cure. It's easy to say no cure because you don't want to find a cure. And mainstream medication is never there to help you to cure illnesses anyway. They are only there to mitigate and sustain your life. Hopefully you will see them for life. Okay. Second thing we have to pay attention to is our food that we take. This is definitely one of the major contributors. We eat nutritionally, for nutritional food. Yeah. So be mindful of what we put into our mouth, because what we put in our mouth will affect our body eventually. So be mindful of that. So don't abuse our food. And the second thing is, a lot of us may now be conditioned because I have high blood pressure, because I'm a diabetic, therefore I have to take medication for the rest of my life. Then you are turning drugs into food. So if you turn drug into food, can you be healthy or not? You just answer it to yourself, yeah? And the third thing is supplements. Many of the time people say that, you better take this supplement, that supplement. We have been conditioned again and again by the marketplace, and we become so fearful. That's why we take a lot of supplements. Nothing wrong of taking all this, but don't turn them into food. The food is supposed to be unprocessed food that we put into our body. That is called food. Water is part of the food. Rice is part of the food. Fish is part of the food, but not drugs, not supplements. You can use it, but don't turn them as food. So be it we take drugs or food or supplement, learn. Whatever we put into our body has to be processed by our internal organs and convert into molecules, bioactive molecule or ions. Then it go to the cell and through the receptor. Well, for some, it can even go to the nuclear receptor. That's how our body functions. Okay, so here, just to recap, a ligand is a bioactive molecule or ions. Receptor is like a socket. When these two match, then create biochemical cellular functions in our body. The light is being lighted up. And if we take painkiller, nothing wrong to sustain our pain. Opiate receptor is being involved. And calcium, you have to activate the calcium sensing receptor. Vitamin C is sodium dependent vitamin C transporter 1 and 2. So all these, if you take vitamin C, only you react to one receptor. Metadichol, as I said earlier, is multifunctional, multi-direction ligand. So it's the master key that can open all the doors of your body, all the receptors of your body. Isn't it fantastic? So therefore, now if people say, this food can take care of so many diseases of the body. Now, believable? Yes, it is believable because of the multifunctional ligand. Okay, so here in the published articles, go and read it, and it's published in 2022. Metadichol expresses all the 48 receptor, which is 100% of the cell receptor, nuclear receptors. Okay, because you're able to do it, one drug, one benefit for the one drug, one receptor, one benefit of the past years has been transformed into one food by hundred thousands of receptors, and then give us thousands of benefit. That's how this solution is different from all other solutions that we know of. Metadichol interact with 45 of the 46 chromosome. As we see earlier, we have 46 chromosomes, but it express 45 of them and express thousands of genes. You may be wondering why 45, not 46, because the last chromosome is called Y chromosome that determines the sex of an individual. So once you express that, then you can bring the benefit. Now the gene within we have 20,000 genes, right? They start to communicate with one another. And all is so active and so vibrant, just like the universe within, to take care of our health. One of the genes I'm going to highlight here is called protogene. Protogene is so important. It is anti-aging. We don't age fast. Anti-cancer, prevent cardiovascular disease, aid in impaired vision, lung damage, kidney disease, stroke, impaired brain disease, growth hormone deficiency, chronic stress, rheumatoid arthritis, anemia, hyperthyroidism, and others. So just one gene can do so much wonder. If we can express 10,000 genes, you know how good it is. So just to recap, the reprogramming of stem cell, just now we have mentioned about that. This Yamanaka is a professor in Japan, and in 2012 he declared to the world that he managed to convert body cell back to stem cell. And so long as we can activate these 4 cells called OX2, OX4, and SOX2, KLF4, and CMYC genes. We have 23,000 genes, this is only 4 genes. If these 4 genes are being activated, then the chances of converting body cell back to stem cell is there. And by the way, Metadichol is a natural product, where Yamanaka is using viruses, where this is a natural product, express all the 4 genes for reprogramming induced pluripotent stem cell or embryonic-like stem cell, which is much potent than the MSC, mesenchymal stem cell that people drip into their body. Yeah? This is a natural, just like the baby's stem cells. So telomere is another one I'm going to quickly highlight to you, because telomere, the length of the telomere determines our life. So therefore, in 2009, this Carroll, the professor, discovered that if we can complement telomerase, which is an enzyme, into our body, then we can lengthen and maintain the life of the telomere. However, Metadichol already clearly stated, Metadichol increases telomerase and prolong telomere life. And more interestingly, just 1 picogram, which is 0 with 11 0 at the back before the 1, increased telomerase supply in our body by 16-fold, thus able to prolong life. Fantastic, isn't it? So we move on. The last one, which the fourth one is called endocrine system, and where it secretes the hormone, which I already tell you. And here there are some of the ingredients that Metadichol is able to help us. Instead of going to take MNN as a supplement, which is so uncertain, why not take Metadichol so that your body can synthesize the MNN and convert into NAD+ naturally, not by supplementing from outside. And this product also can enhance our production of testosterone, which increase the sex potency and fertility of couples, strengthen bone, improve muscle mass. This is fantastic for guys who want to be great in performance. And next is talking about the nitric oxide, where you need it to have the elasticity of your blood vessel, normalize the blood pressure, prevent stroke, and so on and so forth. Next is the serotonin hormone and the melatonin hormone. These two combined together, it will stabilize our mood, emotion, and sleep and appetite. So able to manage stress, depression much better, improve our concentration. As we age, our concentration power or our memory go down. So therefore, with one product, it can help with serotonin and melatonin. It is a great thing. And lastly, we talk about earlier, to quick summary, we told you virus, bacteria, fungi, mold, overcome inflammation, pain, itchiness, and odor. For those people who have private part where they are always itchy, a lot of bacteria and virus and fungi, just spray onto the parts and you will see it will able to overcome the issues. Yeah, lastly, which is a prevention, these viruses, prevent vaccination side effects. A lot of people is going to experience more and more side effects and long COVID. Just one product can do all this for you. And in a very concluding manner, this product, they have gone through the gene expression experiment. They took the genes and feed them with this Metadichol, and they also take a healthy, normal genes of a human body, and after provide them the Metadichol and do all the necessary laboratory tests, they found that the one being treated Metadichol eventually will look exactly, if not closely similar to the human genome of a healthy gene. So that is telling that if we were to take on this food over the long term, we can actually remedy our genes, those faulty gene or inactive gene. Okay, and lastly, I would like to highlight to you this HIV. Because HIV, according to us, as we know, there is no cure for it, because it block 100% of your vitamin D receptor. However, in the research paper, it very clearly stated that it can help to clear off the viruses. And there was this lady who has suffering from this HIV for 3 years, and after using Metadichol for 17 months, and the HIV tests have turned positive to negative. There are more than a case of this HIV positive to negative. It is possible. Yeah, don't ever give up hope. Then the second user feedback I want to share with you is this kidney health issue. Diabetics, hyperpressure, kidney disease, long-term medication. And the eGFR level have gone down to 22. Doctor told her, be prepared for kidney diuresis. Using this Metadichol over 36 days, eGFR shot back to 38, where creatinine from 210 down to 128. And this lady gone through a big challenge, and he then want to stop the product because he say, I don't see any effects. So many times she want to stop, but with the encouragement of her friend, she continued. And it is after 36 days that she saw improvement in the medical test. So never, never, never stop using the product just because we don't see the effect. Guaranteed benefit is immediate. Effect may not be able to fail, but your medical test will be able to tell you much better. Give yourself at least 6 months to see for yourself. Stroke patients, diabetic patients, kidney diuresis will have benefited from this product vastly. So I'm not going to go into detail, This one you can get from the company. Hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism, or is not an issue if you take Metadichol over. And then this is very sad case, is epilepsy since age 6. And a day can suffer for more than 5 times of epilepsy. The father about to give up, don't know what to do. And this Metadichol in August 2023, after using, saved her life. So she is able to live a much normal life. Okay, another user feedback, this is very exceptional to the rule. This lady suffered from 4th-stage breast cancer, and doctor told her she got 7 days to live. And after 3 days, 7 days to live, and her lung is so big, and there's no way you can manage it, and so painful. Doctor suggests maybe do the painkiller or this morphine for treatment. She refused. Then she took Metadichol, 1 bottle in a day. After 7 days, the whole thing shrunk, and she is still alive now, more than a month. Just to say that it does not mean that it has healed this cancer, but at least make her life manageable and sustainable. Now she can live normally. Whether heal or not heal is another question. Yeah. So here, in summary, you can see this product can activate a vitamin D receptor, cell production of vitamin C, reprogram stem cell, express tens of thousands of genes, anti-aging, anti-cancer, anti-inflammation, produce telomeres, generate MNN, hormone production and balancing, bind with all the nuclear receptor, overcome skin issue, inhibit virus, fungal and bacteria, overcome vaccination side effect, long COVID, and more. Give us health, beauty, and longevity. My question to a lot of people is that why not? Can you tell me one product that you know of can do so many wonders to our body? You let me know if you can find one. So here, the company is saying that give yourself a 6-month supply. Go for a 12 bottles, a package, which is 5850. Reasonable? 5850 for one package may last you for 6 months. Is it reasonable? Reasonable. Nothing is cheap anyway, but we look at the value. Reasonable. So it becomes 487.5 per bottle. Now, I'm not saying I don't know the product as yet. How can I commit? Don't worry. If you don't know, it is your decisiveness going to take care of your health. If a person who is not decisive will never, even you buy a car, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 1 million people still buy a car. What about 5,000 for your own health? Is it too expensive? Company say, if you say it is, then let me help you. I give you 100%, you can have it for free. How about that? You can have it for free. How about that? Then company say, don't give me excuses, that you cannot afford lah. Give me, you can have it for free. How? Company will refund to you every single cent that you pay to them over the sales of the company. Company take up 5% and every month revert back to you until you receive back 5850. No, simple analogy. I buy a product, I give the company 5850, now my money already gone. So the company take your money saying that, okay, if I take your money and put in the bank, let me earn a little bit of interest every month and pay back to you. Until you receive back all the money you have received, then our deal stop. Isn't it fantastic? However, for those people, you want a better still deal, go for 48 bottle, which is 4 packages. 48 bottle, then your cost reduced to 341.25 per bottle, which is at 30% off. Now, you still can have this product for free. What about that? So this is definitely a fantastic offer. Refer to the person who introduced you here, discuss with him, go for it immediately. And today, by this September, this October, anyone who go for this package, if you go for the 12 bottles, company give you 1 extra bottle free. If you go for 48 bottle, company will give you 2 extra bottle free. How about that? This offer is fantastic. Don't miss out. Once you miss out, once the offer is gone, there is no more cash refund. So this Lasso has been in the market for the 90 over years. It is a very stable, solid company, and the office is in this Kota Damansara, a 6-story building, their own 6-story building. This company has been running for 4 generations solidly, now but very low profile. So trust the company, trust the product, trust that you are able to regain your health. Okay, so now I'm going quickly for people who say it is expensive and let you know the marketing model of this company. Because in order for a product to take the market, you need to have good marketing strategy. The founder, fortunately or unfortunately, is never a marketer. So therefore, it has been in the market for the past 15 years and hardly people know about it. With such a fantastic product, what a setting. So today, with this ABC, this Lazo, we're going to share you how can we make this product known to everyone so that everyone can benefit from it. So here, you got 100% cashback, as I say, nothing to lose, right? So now the question is decisiveness. Are you a decisive person or are you a procrastinator? Got it? So experience the product. If you don't experience the product, how good is the product? Got nothing to do with you. And you also don't know. You only hearsay. And then once you feel the product is good, the 100% cashback is fantastic, share your story. Can you do that? Now, answer. If you can do that, congratulations. You are on your way to greatness. And as a human being, to reach out to people. So once you can do that, next is, can you introduce just 2 friends to benefit from this product? Can you? Everyone, without exception, if you want to introduce 2 friends to know about this product, is not an issue. You don't need to do it yourself. We will help you along the way. Your friends who introduce you will help you along the way. When you successfully introduce 1 friend to the company give you $500 as a referral fee. How about that? Okay, so that is the beginning. That we say that minimum 2 Try to work at least on 2. And we didn't ask you for many, just 2, cannot. So if you refer the second, better still. Now the company give you another 1750. 1750 plus the first one 500, you get back 2250. How much you have contributed earlier? 5850, right? You get back more or less half of what you have contributed, yet you still have the 100% cashback. Wow, fantastic. So then what you do next is encourage your 2 friends to introduce the 2 friends like what you have done. If you can get this duplicate what you have done, and then you got another 1,007, then make your total referral fee to become 3,950. So if the next person also do the same thing, and then step 3 is get 2 friends, your 2 friends, 4 friends to get the 2 friends each. It's just a question of duplication. So this is called duplication made simple. And how much is your income now? Have a look. It is total income about 10,000. So by the 5th layer, you talk about 18,000. 6th layer, you talk about 34,000. 7th layer, you talk about 63,000. And on the 8th layer, your total income from these people already got 160,000. How about that? It look achievable, right? It look reasonable, right? Just 2 friends. Everyone will have 2 friends if we want to work on it. So 2 friends duplicate for 12 level. You can talk about earning more than $1 million income is not a dream. So this company have come up with such a fantastic marketing plan. Currently, a lot of people are facing no money issue. And no money issue, no good platform, no good product, no good leverage. And a lot of us were going to have financial challenges. So now I saw this is so comprehensive, so believable, so endorsed, and a product of a 15 year can do basically A to Z of your body health. Why not again? So with that, I open the floor to questions. If you have questions, you may ask.
Okay, there was one question. What about dementia patient? Yes, definitely Metadichol can help in dementia patient. Then next question is the product good for 6 years old? The product is good for any age, but of course, if someone is less than, their adulthood, we don't simply just recommend any, supplement or in Metadichol case, a futuristic food. Can it help to improve autism and development delays? Unless someone who is below 18 years old have certain health conditions, then definitely you can try on Metadichol. Yeah.
It works on the nerve neuron issue, no? So once your neuron improve, obviously your health, those so-called autism, all that will be able to improve.
Okay, and yep, let's move on to other questions. Okay, yes, then definitely, yeah, Catherine, you can actually allow your child to actually consume Metadichol, and of course, do monitor the progress accordingly, and liaise back with the person who actually introduced you this Metadichol. To use for epileptic patient. Okay, so we have to firstly understand that Metadichol is not a drug. So definitely it is not here to treat any, any health disease diagnosed, definitely. Especially when you have epilepsy, very importantly, you have to follow up with your medical doctor, consume the, what they call this, the necessary medications, and use Metadichol as an additional food, which will help the body to improve itself. Okay, so hopefully I've answered your question, Karen. How can heal pancreatic cancer patient? Okay, again, as I mentioned, Metadichol itself doesn't treat this healing process, right? We have to understand from mental health to even like lifestyle health conditions, or even to symptoms like, for example, earlier on mention of constipation, is actually on our body. So of course, with whichever medications which if we are on, and of course add on onto this Metadichol as a foundation so that our body can actually recover itself. Yeah, there was a request to actually try to lower or turn off the background music. Okay, will the present marketing plan remain as this? This is a good question. Definitely, marketing plans will dare to remain its structure, but of course, there will be promotions along the way. Yeah.
But this cashback offer will be quite certainly be withdrawn when it start to the due date arrives.
Yeah. Okay. Velai Sami, you can actually unmute yourself. I already clicked the button to ask you to unmute. Can you explain more on the dementia? Like how can one see improvement? Okay. First, we have to understand dementia. Dementia is basically something a lot of people fear because of older as the age catch up, right? So first we have to because of the aging process, so all this memory, and it will be made worsen if we have underlying diseases. So this is number one. And of course, if depending on the 5Ds, from your diseases to your debt to divorce, yeah, all this will worsen the condition of dementia. And not to mention, of course, as we age, the nerve cells and everything starts to deteriorate. Yeah. In terms of improving wise, so we have to first let Metadichol set in as a foundation so that it can actually detox whatever it needs to detox first. And of course, when we have this detox process, right, we basically have a better foundation in terms of our sleep. A lot of people, why they have a mental health challenges is because the sleeping process on a day-to-day basis for past decades have been compromised. So of course, this is actually a whole bundle to it when it comes to dementia. Unable to unmute. Linda, let me find you. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, Velasamy. Yeah, you can ask your questions because you have actually raised up your hand for quite some time.
Yeah, since Metadichol act as a catalyst,
Yes.
why does it take a long time for us to get the result? That's number one.
Okay.
Number two question is, we are taking drugs and all that. Eventually, can we stop taking drugs by the action of Metadichol?
Okay. Okay. I'll put in. One is the long time for the results. Okay. The other one is in terms of stopping Metadichol after certain drugs. Okay. So I'll answer your first question, general question first. If I can rephrase it correctly, why, if Metadichol is a catalyst, which it is, because as a futuristic food, why does it take a long time for the results to take place? So of course, first we have to understand the said result, I believe mentioned by you, basically is our expectation. Because first of all, results maybe for what you have experienced, yes, maybe, or even your expectation, it took a long time or it didn't really happen. So this is one part. The other one is that we have to understand that the benefits from the moment we actually consume Metadichol already take place, just that the expectations or the effects of it will differ by person to person. And of course, before any effect were to take place, basically we have to understand there's 4 kinds of effects. Number one, of course, everyone wants a better result. So that's one. The other one is that even if certain results takes place, the result might be a negative result, usually in terms of healing response or healing crisis. The third result, maybe it became well, but it can deteriorate also. And then of course, the fourth so-called result is basically no result. So yeah, in terms of catalyst wise, basically we have to give ourselves a timing of at least 90 to 180 days. And in terms of the more realistic results, basically to see is actually our biomarkers, meaning to say, if, for example, you have taken a blood test right before you consume Metadichol, and if you were to take a blood test again at least 890 to about 180 days, definitely you will see a certain range of improvement. Yeah. So hopefully I've answered your first part of the question. Second part, very good question in terms of if we were to be consuming drugs or medication, and then we start on this Metadichol, can we subsequently stop the drug or medication? So first we have to understand when we take medications or drugs, right, there are two categories of diseases or health conditions, I will call it. Number one is called infectious disease, meaning to say basically it's by virus or bacteria. So definitely if our disease is due to virus, like for example, COVID, or for example, HIV, you know, an infectious disease and or a certain bacteria, then once we finish our antibiotics or even the antiviral while consuming Metadichol, and once we have been diagnosed now, for example, HIV positive, now you're diagnosed as HIV negative, then the answer to this second part of questions is you do not need to require to continue consuming Metadichol. But most of us, basically, when we consume medications or drugs, it is usually because of lifestyle diseases. For example, like hypertension, diabetes, you know, or even kidney issue. So definitely, if we can actually, you know, improvise to the extent that now we are free from diabetes, for example, and this is actually diagnosed again by medical doctors, and or even like, for example, if you have high blood pressure 40 years, and it's actually the doctors who say that, okay, now, congratulations, you are now free from, you know, this high blood pressure or diabetes. You do not need to continue your medications. Okay, so you have stopped your medication. When with regards it comes to Metadichol, again, because high blood pressure, diabetes, or even kidney issue is actually due to our lifestyle issue. So yes, if we stop Metadichol and if we really have a good lifestyle, we may consider to actually stop consuming Metadichol, but usually that's not the case because when it comes to lifestyle diseases or illnesses, right, it's actually very challenging. Not to mention, especially by the day, we are actually aging. So when we age, basically we will, you know, all our body systems will start to not function at its optimal. Metadichol again is basically like a food foundation for us to have a better preparation just in case if we are still healthy, if we stumble upon lifestyle diseases or even infectious disease, so that we are much better prepared. And for people who actually recover somehow, you know, they can reverse diabetes or even they have reversed their high blood pressure, they're off their medications, off Metadichol already. If you value, you know, your health for long being in terms of healthy aging wise, then it's basically your choice to consider whether you want to continue Metadichol or not. Yeah. So hopefully I've given a comprehensive reply to you. Okay, can we spray on open wounds? Definitely we can spray on open wounds, but again, we have to also understand what is the expectation of spraying on the open wounds that we want to expect. Definitely to a certain extent, it will help on the wound recovery and also combining spraying under the tongue. Peter Chong, yes. Okay.
Actually, I gave this product to someone who has actually brain cancer. Okay, and he had a fall. Actually, he still can walk. He had a fall and knocked his head, and ended up the half the body cannot move. So and he couldn't talk now. The carer, which is caregiver, spray for him on the first day itself. I think that night his right hand became very active, can hold a pillow up and down, but the left hand couldn't, and he sweats a lot. Besides that, his mouth have a lot of like spider web kind of I don't know whether it's saliva or what that's described by her. So is this the detox process taking place or what? I need to know how I can answer her.
Okay, thank you, Belinda. In terms of sweating wise, definitely is part of a detox. In terms of the salivary one, I'm not too sure. Maybe you can have a picture, and then you can send it over so that I can, answer further, because without anything, I can come into conclusions. Yeah, but definitely after, consuming Metadichol, as you have seen, there will be certain effects. Again, there might straight away be the result that we expect, but surely, our body will know how to actually recover itself. Yeah.
Yes. And then, but the other thing is that, he's, what's that called? The patient feel very exhausted, very tired. Do you think that, is that due to the detoxification that is taking place?
Yes, definitely. I'll give you one example. Okay, last night what happened was I started to spray 6 sprays in the evening. and then 6 sprays before I go to sleep. So this is just, impromptu. Basically, Metadichol, there's no fixed, they call it dosage, because again, it's not a drug, neither is it a supplement. So you just feel free to spray it. Then, usually I sleep around just like 7-8 hours. But today I woke up, naturally after about 10 hours plus of sleep. So definitely when we rest, right, when the body feels exhausted, it's actually telling us to rest more, because during this process, the body needs to recover. It's actually during our restful state, during appropriate timing of sleep, our body can better recover itself. Yep. So definitely it's one of the recovery process, Belinda.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Chen.
Yep. Where to spray and how many times for epilepsy? Okay, for all health conditions, or even for people who are healthy, like myself and most of you here, I believe, spray under the tongue. Why spray under the tongue is because it's the best absorption method. Yeah, and Metadichol again is actually, if you see the bottle, it's actually a beverage, but it's not to be drink. It's actually to spray. Yeah, so it's not about the quantity. It's always about the quality and its formulation. So spray under the tongue. To begin with, I believe, Karen, you are mentioning about your child who is about 6, I believe. So you can start with like 1 spray first, because it's below, it's not an adult yet, and then you adjust accordingly. Yeah. Oh, 17 years old. Okay, so more or less you can start with actually 3 sprays first to begin off with, but on the first bottle is actually recommended for everyone to actually spray 6 sprays each time, and then 3 times a day. So 666. So 666, your first bottle, usually you will consume it within 7 to 10 days. But of course, throughout this first 3 days, first 7 days, go accordingly, see what's the reaction wise. Before, after meal, it can be before or can be after, but what usually I do for myself, so I recommend people, is once they wake up, that you drink a cup of warm water, for example, and then you can just consume it first, before meal usually. But if of course some people, they want to try after meal, or maybe I don't know, some during the meal, it's also possible, because again, Metadichol is a food base. And of course the last one, before sleep. So before meals and before sleep. Why after spraying?
Can I ask a question about
Yes, please.
epilepsy patient? Because my son is currently taking the Western medicine to control the epilepsy. So for this product, do I need to separate from the medicine? Let's say my son having the medicine at 7 a.m. So this spraying of the product should be separate 2 hours from the dosage of the Western medicine.
Okay, what I propose is, if you're on any medications, you can actually spray first, but you do not technically have to wait for half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours before consuming your medication. One thing to note, Metadichol as a futuristic food base, it has no contraindications with any sort of medication or even chemotherapy, for the matter of fact. So it's okay to, just after you spray the Metadichol, you can also, maybe after a few minutes, you just consume your medications. It's possible. There is no known, contraindications or no known adverse reactions.
By the way, for some sort what they call it, allergic for beginning, if using this product.
Okay. In terms of Metadichol, usually we won't call it allergy, because basically, unless someone is actually, they have checked with a blood test for allergy tests, and they are actually allergic to this component called the polycosano, but usually very rare. It's not like, people are allergic to peanuts, for example. And but for example, myself, right, I remember about 2 months ago, when I had fever, and I also spray 6 sprays, 666. What happened was, after a few days, my skin started to have this itch, very itchy, as if I have skin disease, like eczema or psoriasis. But it actually went off about 2 days, after 2 days. And in terms of light allergy reaction, right, what happened after my itch went off after 2 days? My skin, both my hands and my legs, right, they are red spots. So a lot of people may consume that, oh, this is the allergy to Metadichol, but in fact, it's actually not. It's just certain response that our body is going through, usually be it from a light allergy or maybe constipation, for example. All these kind of symptoms, right, should go off within 3 to 7 days. But of course, if this persists beyond a week or 2, then definitely we need to seek medical attention. Welcome. All right, Katie, I'll try to click to ask you to unmute. You can try to unmute yourself, Katie. Peter Chong, why after spraying the throat becomes itchy can be due to a lot of reasons. So maybe I do not know, because in our oral cavity, right, and also down to our throat, there's a lot of good bacteria and bad bacteria. So the itch is basically when our body is telling us something to be expelled, something maybe to prompt us to actually cough. Yeah. So maybe that's the reason. I do not know for sure. But like I say, be it itch or be it like allergy-like or be it till constipation, for example, all these kinds of symptoms or signs, right? It should actually go off, not more than 3 to 7 days. Yeah. Thank you everyone for attending today's session, and thank you to my dad who actually have been diligently sharing every Tuesday evening. And thank you all for actually inviting. Yeah. So do welcome more people to actually spread the awareness about Metadichol. Oh, okay, Azriel, yeah. Are you able to unmute yourself? Maybe we can, okay, I can click unmute. Can you try to unmute yourself? Maybe you can share with us a little bit more about your constipation. Hopefully your constipation has already improved. Yes. Okay.
I never had constipation, but after trying Metadichol the second day, I get constipated. Third
Okay.
day, I get constipated. I don't know, is it because maybe I spray too much? I spray throughout the day. Like
Okay.
whole day, like, almost like 1/3 of a bottle. And on the 5th day, I decided to just spray like 3 spray in the morning and then 3 spray in the night. And the constipation actually improved in the sense that, at least I get some good result.
Okay. So as I actually asked in the chat, first of all, when it comes to constipation, right, if we have never ever have like significant constipation throughout our life, then we have this current constipation, right? It's actually known as acute constipation. So first we have to understand, do we have any, underlying disease, maybe like, I don't know, high blood pressure or even diabetes? Do you have any of
Very,
these?
very healthy. And for me, it's just like, upkeep of health. And when people say Metadichol is good, I just try.
Okay.
It's just for prevention in the sense because all of us have genes, all of us has chromosome. And then as we age, our telomeres get shorter. So of course, mostly is maintaining health basically.
Understood. So number one, you do not have any underlying
No.
health conditions. That's very good. And I
And
believe
I drink very good water. Okay, I drink very good water, so I've been hydrated. Not only me. I actually spoke to my friend who actually introduced me. I said, I told somebody else. I told her friends that I've got constipation. Then she relayed that she also experienced constipation.
after also taking Metadichol.
Yes.
Okay, so let me get to that. Number one, so we have already bypassed the underlying health conditions. Second of all, certain medications that we consume or even
No medication at all.
No medications. Okay.
No, and eat healthy food.
Good, very good. Congratulations. So that comes to the third one, which is actually our stress and our lifestyle. When introduce something, maybe like for example Metadichol, yes, especially when you try to spray accordingly many times throughout the day, our body undergoes this stress situation because it is something new. It wants to set a whole new foundation for our body. So definitely constipation will be definitely the negative results that we actually experience. As I mentioned, usually this kind of signs or symptoms, right, it should actually go off around like 3 to 7 days. Yes, definitely you can actually reduce your dosage. And even if you were to increase back your dosage, right, I believe if you were to also experience this slight constipation, it will be not as severe as what you have experienced for the second and also third day. So yeah, no worries about it.
Yeah, but of course I quickly take psyllium husk. I think it works.
Yeah.
And my other friend who actually tried, she also suddenly have experience of constipation. So I say go and take psyllium husk.
Okay. So just in case, any of our friends or, family, they have this acute constipation, then do find out, are they on any health conditions? Are they taking any medications? And most importantly is actually our lifestyle, during that period of time, externally, are we undergoing any stress factors? Emotions can also affect. If no, then maybe it's due to internal. And in this case, yes, maybe it's probably due to this Metadichol, because it's again trying to set back, reset our foundation of the epigenetics level. So, but not to worry, because all this, right, it should not last more than 3 to 7 days. Just in case if it does,
for me, when I experienced constipation, to me, I didn't think it as some kind of as a danger, but I think it that, oh, this product really works, because it is out of my norm, you see.
Yeah,
Because if it is normal and I'm taking other things and my body feel normal, I don't feel anything at all, that means this product is normal. But I find that, oh, when I experience something means that it's doing something in my body, and it's repairing something or whatever, that's why I feel a difference. Actually, in fact, I'm quite happy about it. But of course, I have to solve the constipation problem.
Yes.
But in the end, I feel that the product works in the sense that I feel a difference.
Yes, congratulations. So yeah, everyone, as you can see, right, very important, irrespective of be it is a Metadichol or any, whatever that we come across life, right, we always have to keep on a positive and, forward looking and having this hope. And of course, if we face challenges, we have to also understand not to put blame on anything and try to look for solutions to it. Definitely Metadichol being part in the market for a past decade, right? For the past decade, they have been very much into research. That's why not many people know about it. Now, all of us are very fortunate so that we are actually here to actually share and spread the awareness of the existence of Metadichol. And hopefully it can actually bring hope and also better lifestyle modifications to a lot of people that we care for and also we love.
Just for the knowledge sake, it's made from sugar cane. The molecular structure of the sugar, is it still, different?
Okay, very important, right? A lot of people, they just stuck on sugarcane. And especially when it comes to people who actually have diabetes, right? They say, oh no, this sugarcane, is sweet. So first of all, we have to clarify, Metadichol is actually one of its main component is actually called polycosanol from sugarcane skin wax. So it must be full. It's not the sugarcane, then the juice itself is the skin. And then on the skin, there's the wax, which we derive the polycosanol. Yeah, so it won't definitely, it's not something to be fear of. And when it comes to fruits, like for example, even sugarcane, or even like mango, or even certain, so-called sweet fruits, when it comes to diabetic patients, right, or high blood glucose patient, it is also not a factor to be worried of because that one we probably take it discussion to another day. Diabetes, the main factor is not so much about sugar from fruits. It's more about processed sugar, number one. And more importantly, is about the inflammatory process which takes place from, for example, unhealthy oils that we actually consume. So yeah. So again, Metadichol is actually from the sugarcane skin wax, polycosanol.
Then the water, does it act as a catalyst or is it act as a vehicle?
The Swiss pristine water is actually its medium. It's actually the formulation of it. Once it goes into our body, basically it helps to turn on and off the epigenetics level. So the receptors, binding. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone for your attention and also your presence. Look forward for the following sessions. Tomorrow there's a Mandarin session. Next Tuesday, same time, 8:30, the English session. Yeah, thank you, Anne. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. JX, Dr. Chan.
Okay, take care.
Okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
Thank you.
Be well.
Good
Yeah.
night. Good night.
Okay.
Dr. JX, thank you for your talk.
Okay, welcome, Catherine. Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good night.
Dr.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Stanley Chan, thank you.
Good night. Thank you.